Hello everyone, I'm Tommy with Studio Sense. You know, back in 1995, Francis Kurkdjian set a standard that back then he didn't really realize how iconic the fragrance that he would create called Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male would become. And yet it has become one of the most well-known, well-used, well-worn clubbing fragrances, as it were, or just youthful-oriented fragrance of our time. Here it is, 2020, people still wear it, it's still on the shelves, still in production, and that says a lot towards the quality of the actual product or juice itself. Today we're going to be taking a look at, now it's 2020, we're going to be taking a look at Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male Le Parfum, which is the Eau de Parfum version, or as it's called, Eau de Parfum Intense, what it says there. So when we return, we'll take a look at the Eau de Parfum version, compare it a little bit to the Eau de Toilette version, see if it's something you might be interested in purchasing, that and more, so stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. So I took this down off the shelf, that is Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male. It's a very iconic fragrance. The presentation is obviously the ultimate male figure and the striped shirt owing to the JPG design. So very iconic fragrance, very lavender oriented. Some say it smells like bubblegum. I feel like it initially when I first smell it, at least on the open, it smells very much like kind of a bubblicious type fragrance, which is obviously very youthful and it's become well known in the clubbing world as a great clubbing or partying or dance night type of fragrance. Now that's not to say if you have other ideas for its use, like if you like to wear it when you go, to your book club and your book reading, that's perfectly fine. I don't like pigeonholing specific fragrances for specific uses. It is what it's best known for, is a very invigorating, very energetic kind of group gathering type of fragrance. Bergamot, cardamom, tarragon, lavender, mint, caraway, neroli, cinnamon, amber, sandalwood, tonka bean, vanilla, and cedarwood all comprise the Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male's popular, epic, iconic clubbing fragrance. Of course, in the estimation of most houses, whether they're design houses or movie studios or whatever the case may be, it's the dawning of a new era. It's 2020. People think that all of these items need an upgrade, so they infuse it with a new modern twist or spin, and that is the case with Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male Le Parfum, Eau de Parfum Intense. Does it contain the same formula and or perfumist? Absolutely not. Francis Kurkdjian unfortunately didn't have anything to do with this. So perfumist Natalie Graciosetto and Quentin Bish had the inspiration to create the EDP or Eau de Parfum version of Le Male. Let's take a look at the note breakdown to see if it carries that same DNA, at least on paper, as the OG Le Male. Le Male Le Parfum contains top notes of cardamom, heart notes of lavender and iris, with base notes of vanilla and oriental woods. So that's a relatively simple note breakdown, and that seems to be the way, kind of the modern way of newer fragrances, is kind of simplifying the note breakdown, even though there's quite a few more kind of supporting role notes or aroma chemicals in a fragrance like there likely are in here. But that's okay, we'll go ahead and take that nod towards simplicity. But let's go ahead and take a look now at the actual presentation for Le Parfum. That was as much of a surprise to me as it was likely to you, the little bit of a mess there. Now what this is on the inside of all JPG, or at least the the Le Male line of fragrances, this mold is made for the bottom of the fragrance and it helps it keep seated, fits a little snugly and tightly. But it looks like this leaked out and down the side of the metal and kind of, you know, got along the edges here. It's like sopping wet with Le Parfum, and I know that because I can smell it. So that's what that is. So never had that happen before. I've been very fortunate that most of my fragrances that I've ordered, that I've received, have not actually leaked or been broken, but it is not uncommon, and it does happen, I'll just say that. So of course the iconic bust that is Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Male and Le Parfum is the same with all the flankers. So there's not really any difference in the actual presentation. It's the same as what you're used to seeing. So let's go ahead and pull the pin on this bomb and try it out on a tester strip. The sprays quite a bit of juice for sure. So very quality tester, and it is touch sensitive. So you can do very little or a lot. As I'm smelling this, bits and pieces of what I've read and what I've heard about Le Parfum are coming to mind. In essence, what I think this is, it's you now, whereas Le Male was you back in 1995. So you've grown up, but that doesn't mean you still don't like to occasionally go clubbing or occasionally have a party or occasionally have friends over and crank up the music and dance and still be yourself and still have a good time. So that's kind of what I think Le Male Le Parfum or Eau de Parfum Intense actually is just the you version in 2020 that you were in 1995. So Le Male grown up. So they're all grown up. Le Male grown up. That's what this is Le Male grown up. At least on a tester strip. So let's get rid of the tester strip and try it out on skin, because as you well know, I love how the skin warmth and that chemical mix kind of buoys the actual fragrance and gives it some body. Yes, that's amazing. It's amazing the difference on skin. I always say that in every single first impression that I do, but it is amazing the difference on skin that it is on a linear tester strip. So what I'm getting off my skin, at least in the open, which is likely going to stay true in the mid to the dry down, is I smell Le Male. I really do. They did an amazing job of imbibing or embedding that Le Male DNA. So that earthy patchouli with a slight bubblegum sensibility, which is the mix of the lavender and the patchouli together, is still there, but it's got an overlay on top of it of a more mature, a more stately or stable sensibility. And that is going to be the base of the woods. So it's got a very deep, dense, almost like precious woods, but they're, you know, oriental woods. A lot more spicy, a lot more stately. The cardamom is very sweet, it's very creamy, it's mixing with the lavender and iris that gives it that Le Male DNA, but also a more stately, a more kind of a finite maturity. It is projecting really well off my skin. There's a weight to this, so in terms of the projection may suffer just a tad because of the concentration of oils in this. Because the higher the concentration of oils, of course, the heavier, the literally heavier the fragrance is, the closer it sits to the skin in terms of projection. However, that's what gives you the longevity. So I'd say this is going to be a very, very high performer when it comes to longevity. That's my expectation. Of course, this is the first impression. I'll give you the full-on rundown in an actual full review soon about the actual longevity, about the actual performance, but it's doing really well. Like it's projecting really well. I don't have to put my nose close at all to my skin to get a sense of the body of this fragrance. As it stands, this is slightly less sweet than this is. So this one also, to me, this is one of those that you have to, if you're gonna be wearing it for a full 10-hour day, midway into the day, you're gonna likely wanna spray on. Now, if you have an OG bottle, that's probably not true. It's been reformulated, so the reformulated version, you do about 4 to 5 hours into your day, you need to respray with a decant in order to capture the essence of that bubblicious stank lavender patchouli sensation that is Le Male. With this, it's not going to be the case. This one's going to last a lot longer. So in terms of comparison of the two, I would say this is going to beat out the performance of Le Male quite easily, but it's like Le Male, again, but grown up. So if I actually had to choose between the two, I would likely get this guy right here. Although I do like the little bit sweeter Le Male on occasion, sometimes for different occasions. Now, this being the grown-up version of Le Male, of course, you can dress it up. This has kind of a stately quality about it that deserves, in my estimation, to be dressed up. You can wear it casually. Still has that energy and that vibe that would be great for getting together with a group, cranking up the music, having a good time, dancing around, partying. So it still has that essence of it. You're not going to lose the capability of doing that with Le Parfum version. Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male Le Parfum, or the Eau de Parfum Intense version, is currently available at fragrancebuy.ca, which is a discounter. So I highly recommend, if you're interested in purchasing it, to check them out. You probably won't have the shipping issue that I had. They do ship very quickly. They're on time always. They're very reliable, great customer service, great shop. So you might want to check them out. I left a description and a link below if you're interested in actually purchasing. Fantastic fragrance. It's a grown-up Le Male. That's the easiest way that I can put it. It does have some essence of that aniseed, that licorice. It's very voluminous when you first smell it. It fills a room. It does have a great body, great depth to it. It again is a little bit more stately, so while you do maintain that vibe, that energy, that youthful spirit that is still kind of a clubbing energy, that's still there. It's kind of also merged with a little bit more stately, a little bit more dressed up. It's almost like, hey, I can go clubbing, but I realize the next day I'm gonna have to get dressed up and go to work. I still have responsibilities. It's that energy and vibe of youth with a little bit of adult responsibility and accountability. So it's the best of both worlds. It's a great combination. I think Natalie Graciocchetto and Quentin Bish did a fantastic job of recreating Le Male with a new spin by today's modern standards. They did fantastic in my book. Well guys, that's it for my first impression of Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male Le Parfum, Eau de Parfum Intense. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching my video today. As always, thank you so much for your support on my channel. Now, I mentioned in my top 10 Black, Bold, and Benevolent video that I was going to do a giveaway of Just Different, Hugo Boss's Just Different, a 40 ml bottle, and I was going to announce the winner today. I'm still going to do that. I'm not going to announce the winner on video though. Just check out the community page on my YouTube channel and you'll see the winner posted there. Today we're going to do another giveaway. It's going to be of Mont Blanc Star Walker, a fantastic spring and summertime fragrance that features the bamboo note, one of my favorite Mont Blanc fragrances of all time. A really neat carry-around bottle. It's a 50 ml bottle. So if you're interested in getting this for free, make sure that in the comments below for this video, for this giveaway, make sure to put, let's see, what can we do? What kind of question can we ask? Since we're talking about Le Male, which has been historically a clubbing fragrance, and Le Male Le Parfum, which is the grown-up version of the clubbing fragrance. How about this? What is your favorite kind of music to either listen to or dance to? If you don't dance, and that's okay. If you're not the kind of person that likes to get up and move your body and groove, if you're not the kind of person that likes to go clubbing, perfectly fine. What do you like to listen to? What's your favorite kind of music? You can even name a favorite song or a favorite band, but you don't have to go into that depth or detail at all. So to enter to win, simply put in the comments below what your favorite kind of dance music is. If you don't dance, what your favorite kind of music to listen to is. And that's it. You'll be entered to win. And this coming Saturday, next weekend, we'll announce the winner of Mont Blanc Star Walker 50 ml bottle. All right, guys, well, that's it. Thanks again so much for tuning in. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you next time.